Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. To bring out a setup, play and review the game Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, a cooperative deck building game. Now we start off here with the Marauders map. This is relating to Moody, Wormtail, Padfoot and Prongs. We're proud to present, like I said, the Marauders map. Here we have the board. Now, like I said, 95% of games I typically see don't even have a board these days. This one does. This is fairly large, hence why I'm fairly zoomed out. The box underneath go out to the side. I won't show the inside of the box. You've seen that in the unboxing teaser trailer video. We will need a character board each. In this 2 to 4 player game, ages 11 plus. And I do recommend it ages 11 plus. Having played it recently with an 8-year-old, didn't go along too well. So, 4 different character boards. I'm just going to show you one for the time being. Maybe it's the second one underneath. I won't bother layering it up with a character. I've most often played with Hermione, so that's just been randomly assigned. Everyone's been dealt a character, and I happen to get Hermione, and it seems to happen a few times. So there we go, we're placing out characters like this. Everything slots very neatly into these little gaps. You're going to have a draw pile over to the left here, and you're also going to have over to the right here a discard pile. As you can see, it only just about fits in shots, so don't worry about that. We'll go on to that in due time. So you're also going to have a heart token. I'm going to start on 10 health. Aim of the game is to defeat the villains and win before we get overrun. We lose again, of course, if we do get overrun, and that's the premise of the game in this cooperative game. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a starting hand of cards. Everybody is going to have 10 cards, so this is going to be dependent on your hero. Everything's unique. You typically have a number of cards here, which are currency cards. In these cases, these are spells, and they have game 1 on them as well, called Alohomora. So Alohomora is on here, but in particular for Hermione, you've got an ally, so she's got Crookshanks, which allows you to gain 1 spark. I call it spark attack token, or you can gain 2 health tokens instead. So you can improve your health. Obviously right now we're full health, so don't have to worry about that. And aside from that, we've also got an item. So a time turner, you can gain 1 currency, 1 influence basically represents. And you may put spells you acquire on the top of your deck instead of your discard pile. And I will put the light on just to see if that's improved everything for you. So you're going to shuffle up this deck of cards. You're going to see who's going to go first. And we've been doing it over the 7 games, alternating who goes first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is going to go in your draw pile. So for now, I might just leave it over here slightly. Draw pile is going to go here, and then you're going to have 5 cards to draw. So you've got 5 cards here, and that's what we're playing with. So for now, I'm just going to leave them at the top of the board here. If it's anything the same, I'll overlap them. So we can see 2 of them. We've got our ally, we've got our items as well. So there we have it. We have got a number of things we have in play. Now, what else do we have to lay out? Well, obviously you do have the other characters. So starting off on game 1, everyone's going to be the same. This happens to be a game 3 level, but it makes no difference initially. So there is some player abilities that kick in from game 3. You're also going to have some villain tokens. So there's no space for them to go on the board. These heavy things, they weigh 3 grams each, are going to go on there. You're also going to have some dark arts cards. So everything's going to be relating to initially for game 1. So they're going to go out too. So you're going to have some dark arts cards that are going to get revealed. We're going to have your turn order, so we'll talk about that in a second, but for now, let's talk about the Game 1 cards relating to things that you can purchase, things you can help improve what you're doing. So here we are. These are the various things that we can acquire to improve our deck and enable us to do better. So you have 6 things out here. It's Hermione's turn. The first thing you're going to do is reveal and resolve the Dark Events cards. Well, we do actually have 3 different villains to take care of. So firstly, you're going to shuffle them up and then place them out and reveal the first one. So the first one we're dealing with over here is we have Crabby and Goyle villain. Each time a Dark Arts card or event causes a hero to discard a card, that hero loses 1 health. The reward once we defeat them with 5 health is all heroes draw a card. So that is going to go there. And then, so just to let you know, this is the game 1 Hermione. So I'll swap that one out. As you can see, things do improve as the game goes on. So now we've obviously got Hermione over here. We've also got these Hogwarts cards we can acquire. So now we are going through these various stages. So we also need to get out the location card. So there we have. The first location is Diagon Alley. Each turn reveal 1 Dark Arts event card. And as you can see, when we got onto game part 2, then again, it's the same kind of thing again. So here we go. That is out in play. So firstly, what we've talked about is we have revealed and resolved the Dark Arts event cards. The first one happens to be... So we do have, he must be named. He must not be named. So add 1, obviously, threat, let's call it, to the villain control. So 1 attack over there now. And now we go through the remaining stuff. To resolve villain abilities, each time they cause you to lose a health, we haven't, it's fine. And now we're going to play our cards. So we've got a couple of money, we've got a third money card here, which allows us to put spells, so obviously a red card, directly to the top of our deck, rather than putting a discard, which will take longer to get through. We've got gain a spark, gain 2 health. We haven't lost any health, so let's gain a spark. So we have our coins over here, called, this is relating to our influence, it's known as, and it's the Ministry of Magic. So we have that, which is off to the side, and this off the side too. These aren't available for purchase, these little containers. So you get one of these, and it's going to go in your little zone here where you collect stuff, which you'll lose at the end of the round or end of the turn if you haven't used it. So that goes there. Then, so we've played out this card, that's been done. I'm going to put in the discard over here. And then over here, we've got other stuff. So we've got 3 coins currently. We've got either to gain 2 or everyone gains 1. So if you're playing as a 4, that's a lot more beneficial. But let's see if there's anything worth purchasing currently. So let's see what's available. Well, currently I've picked up the wrong deck, so I picked up Neville's deck. So that was a mistake, apologies for that. And again, let me know in the comments in YouTube is best. As always, please ensure you hit the notification bell and subscribe button. There's going to be a dice distancing video. So now we need to find the respective cards relating to the things that you can purchase, which I did have that a second ago. So, I'll put them. Okay, so here are the 7 cards that we're going to be placing out. 7 because we're going to have 6, and then see if we can purchase something that someone else can then reveal. So there'll be a deck of cards here that you can purchase. We've currently got 2 coins, 3 coins, 4 or 5. So let's go for 4 and give everyone else a coin. So every other board will get a coin as well. And I've got 4 to spend. It can go straight to the top of my deck if it is a spell. We have a spell over here. So this is everybody draws 1 card when you play it, or draw one, again on spark and draw 1 card. Let's take this, spend all the money, so it's going to the top of our deck. This has all been spent now, and that is going to go on our discard. As you can see, there's limited space to get everything in without actually not having anything visible to see. So that's going to go into your discard under here. So it's going to just tuck it under here for the time being, and that has been spent. So you've now played your turn, you've ended your turn, we've got things left over, we've got this 1 spark left, 1 attack token, it's going to go here as signed to Goyle. As the game goes on, you will have more villains to fight off, more things at the same time, more things that can do other things as well. So now that ends the turn, what happens next? Well, like I said, you've discarded any tokens, everything else goes, you're going to draw up a fresh hand of 5 cards. So you're drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you already know what you can do and how everyone else can help you. So you've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all the heroes can draw a card, so we knew about that. So next round, we know everyone's going to get a card. We've got 4 money. Let's make sure we refresh this. Of course, there will be a whole deck to go through as well. So other things are available to purchase. Make sure there's something always available to purchase. If you happen to run out of life, so the next person's turn is going to go, and they're going to get this one. So the active hero is going to lose 1 health. So imagine it was Hermione, she'd lose 1. Each time they have to discard a card, they lose a health. It doesn't affect them again. And then they have their 5 cards. They can choose to play it out, buying something which will help them for a future turn, fighting off the monsters, maybe things that can heal them, maybe things that can nullify the villains as well. So that is how the game goes. It's a fantastic game. I love the components. The fact that you do have these very weighty, obviously, villain pieces are brilliant. There's loads of them, obviously. You've got to make sure you don't run over a location, because sometimes you can be revealing 1 per person, sometimes it's 2 per active hero, because there might be worse things as the game goes on. Excellent progression as we go on. You had a glimpse, obviously, what Neville's deck had. We saw what Hermione can do as well. And yeah, it's really good. Big table presence, as you can see, because this did manage to get everybody on, but we did have to play with the board sideways. We thought that was best. Highly enjoyable. I love the way, like I said, everything slots into the board. Obviously, lovely artwork. Obviously, this case is just photography. And, you know, it's very good. Excellent game. Highly recommend it. 8.77 out of 10. And, yeah, highly replayable, because you can play to 2, a 3, and a 4. But once you've played through those 7 books, and they do get harder, and they do get longer. We're talking about an hour for that first game, maybe 45 minutes, to 2 hours, to maybe 3 hours as well. So you might well hit a 3-hour mark playing this game. Now, I have played 5 games of it in one day. I've previously mentioned I have played numerous times 1 to 3, and it's very enjoyable. If you are into deck building games, you can jump straight to level 3. I think it's always worth jumping at the beginning though, as it's really good. And yeah, very thematic. Everyone lives the stuff. You've got Albus Dumbledore in here, you can have Dobby, and various other well-known characters. So everything you can pretty much imagine has been thrown into this, and this is just the base game. You can get expansions, tons of promos, and stuff like that too. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. Check this out, my How to Set Up Play and Review video. Check this out, my AmassGames playlist, amongst many others. Any other questions, again, please let me know. And via the description in YouTube, you can support the channel via Patreon. There's occasionally competitions via Linktree, keep checking back because they're time sensitive. Also follow on Instagram, over 2,500 posts. And lastly, please do follow and like and join this discussion on Facebook. Well, I'll speak to you again soon. Apologies for things being slightly out of place there. That was a complete goof on my part there. But yeah, thanks very much. And for now, back to the table.